All right, I'm hitting the record button. I wanted to welcome everybody here to today's webinar. Let me just adjust this a little bit so I've got the right view. I apologize for starting a little bit late, and I appreciate everybody who decided to come on the webinar today and who's making a decision that, yes, I want to make more money this year. Yes, I want to make more money in 2022. I want to create change in my life and create a better result than I've ever been able to create before. Now, I'm doing this presentation for basically one reason, right? And that is because I believe from what I'm talking about today that you have an ability to make more money over a shorter period of time than you've ever had an ability to do for at least the last 5 years. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, oh, cool, we got closed captioning. I don't know how somebody just did that. And waiting room, this keeps happening, right? I'm going to have to keep getting distracted and letting people into the waiting room. And in a minute, I'm going to stop doing that. So please show up to the webinar. Yeah, do you want to just let people in? You want to sit over here or something like that? And then, this is Alan. I'll be introducing him a little bit later on. So in any case, he'll be letting people into the webinar. Yeah, they'll just pop up. Like if people are coming in, it pops up a message like that person here. I don't actually know why it's doing that. I would prefer to just automatically let people into the webinar. Yeah. But in any case, once again, I wanted to welcome you to the webinar. So again, this is the most exciting way that I have ran into probably in the last 5 years to make money. It is the easiest way that I've ran into to make money. It's the most money that I found that's available anywhere. And there's some really powerful benefits to paying attention to this presentation that I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. This video is like not even a pre-launch. It's like a pre-launch. So if you're seeing this right now, you're seeing this at a time that is before anybody else has heard about this. You're seeing this in a company that people don't know about, with something that very, very, very few affiliates know about. And over a very short period of time, there's people on this webinar, I promise you, who over the course of the next month are going to go out there in the marketplace with what I talk about today, and they're going to make $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, or $100,000 with this information. Like I'm talking in a month. Okay. Now, I'm not going to promise you in watching this that you are going to make tons of money. That's one thing that no matter what, I just don't do anymore, because I don't want to guarantee that you are going to make a lot of commissions, that you are going to get rich on the internet, that you are going to be a bigwig or something like that. What I want to do is I want to talk to you about something that is absolutely, absolutely incredible. Now, before I continue on with that, we continue to let people into the webinar. Please be on time for the webinars from now on, because the next one I actually might not let you in if you're late. And by the way, if anybody does have the sound's better when you are too closer, they said. So there's a little bit here. I mean, I might be able to hold this or something like this. If I can take this and, I'll just hold it. How's that? Yeah, that's good old Dave Woodstall, right? Now we have a little bit of better audio. Like, can I turn around? Yeah, I can turn around. I've got a little bit of mobility here. So again, I've introduced this, okay? So first of all, before I continue in this, let me tell you what this is not, okay? What you're seeing right now is no purchase required, okay? So you don't need to purchase anything in order to be able to get in. So nobody here, the cool thing about tonight's webinar is I actually don't have something to sell you other than a vision, right? If you buy into the vision and you say, yes, David, I'm going to run with you in this project, and I promise you I'm going to put tons of focus in this project. I'm going to talk about the focus that I'm going to put into this, and you guys know me and know what I have the ability to do, right? The best thing is I'm selling you on this vision, and literally I'm going to give you a link, okay, that I'm going to put in the chat later on. You're going to have to hang out on the webinar in order to get that link first, right? But I'm going to give you a link to register for what I'm talking about tonight, and that registration is 100% free. When you register, you're not going to log in and see an upsell. There's nothing to buy. Now, I love selling stuff, and I also love buying stuff. I actually believe that when you sell something, it's good for the salesperson, it's good for the customer, it's good for the whole economy, because it helps products move in the world. I'm a big fan of selling. So I'm not afraid of selling, right, if I have something to sell. But tonight, one of the biggest advantages is if you hang out in this webinar for as long as I talk, let's say I talk for 90 minutes, okay? You could be on here for 90 minutes, and in 90 minutes, there's not going to be any opportunity for you to pull out your credit card and buy something, because there's actually nothing to sell. This is 100% free to join, okay? So this is 100% free to join. So there's not going to be anybody on this webinar who can give me the normal excuses about, oh, this is why I can't make money on the internet. And I've heard it all. Literally, if you do not take action on this and you do not get as much of the business as possible, as fast as possible, okay, I'm just going to be straight up. This is a cash grab from a program that's going on right now. Okay, we can make a lot of money over a short period of time without you investing anything. And I need your help to go out there and make the biggest splash in the market that we've ever made, because I believe over the course of the next month and a half, okay, so think about between now and October 31st, Halloween Day, as pre-launch, as pre-launch for what I'm talking about. Literally, even over the pre-launch, even though we're not going to really have a system, even though we're not really going to have all the fancy bells and whistles, literally, there's people on this webinar right now who over the course of the next 45 days, they're going to go out in the marketplace and they will make $50,000 and $100,000 with what I'm talking about today. But let me actually tell you what it's not. So there's no purchases required. It's 100% free to join. In addition to no purchases, this is also not an investment opportunity. Okay, so there's nothing to invest. So people say that's kind of a purchase. No, it's something different. A purchase would be like you're paying $10,000 to go to a seminar or something like that, whereas an investment would be like, you're investing $10,000 into a Bitcoin that's selling at this super low price, and then the price is going to go up. But we all know how that goes, which is essentially like we all get in, the price goes up by 5 or 6 times, and then it collapses and everybody loses their money, which has happened a lot over the last couple of years. So there is actually, if you're watching this video right now, zero opportunity whatsoever for anybody who's watching this through any mechanism by being a part of this to lose money. It's actually not even possible to do, right? So if that being said, do I have your attention, right? If I have your attention, then I want you to pay attention for the rest of this webinar, because again, I'm going to be posting a link a little bit later on that you can use to register as an affiliate. So first thing that I want to talk about before I get into the details of what this is, and I am going to get into it soon because I'm actually going to introduce you to one of the company owners tonight that's doing the backing, the backing for the infrastructure that's going to enable what it is that we're doing to scale to a really big level. And I'm going to pull him on. I'm going to introduce him a little bit later on. But let me explain to you when you want to get involved in something, okay? It's really at a specific time, right? I have a lot of experience. I started in a van. I started marketing, and then I had this amazing experience where in 90 days, I was able to have a month where I made over $30,000 a month. And then I started to make $10,000 literally every single week on my online business. And then for the next couple of years, I made $500,000 in a year. And then I made $700,000 in a year. And then I went on and I made $1.5 million a year. And then I made $3 million a year. And I started a company out of a sweaty little hotel room that went on from a group of 37 people and grew into an event where we did 1,500 people an event. And then we built from that event to a 2,500 person event. And we built from that event to an event with 3,500 people, then 5,000 people. Then we eventually did an event with over 6,200 people. So when you're talking about like, do I know how to build teams? Yes. And I wouldn't be bringing this to you if I did not think that this was literally the easiest way to make money that I have ever seen in my life. This is so easy, right? And I'm telling you that people who never made money with me in the past, who never were bigwigs at Empower Network, who never came along with like giant lists, they're going to go out there with this project over the next couple of years and make several hundred million or several hundred dollars, several $100,000 or $1 million, right? So when do you want to get into something? Let me explain when it is, right? You've seen this probably drawn out in presentations before. Where you want to get started in something, if you think about a company, it goes through growth, like a growth curve like this, that people in general, they call this like S-curve economics. S-curve economics, it basically says that you want to get involved with something right at a point where it's like an inflection point, where enough people know about it, where they start paying attention to the idea, but before the idea has totally taken off and completely filled the marketplace, all right? Now, what I'm bringing to you today has an opportunity to reach about this many people. Let me explain it, okay? There's about 6 million businesses in North America. This is a North American project. So you say, well, what if I'm overseas? What if I'm in Ghana? What if I'm in England? What if I'm in this other country? It doesn't matter. Who we're marketing to is in North America. So if you're in Portugal, or I've got people on here in Portugal, you can write some of the countries that you're from in the comments, right? If you're from Portugal, you can say that, right? If you're from Brazil, if you're from Chile, right? It's fine, right? But who we're marketing to is we're marketing to businesses in the United States of America, right? And so there's about 6 million businesses total in the space, and out of that, about 10% of those businesses have already taken advantage of what we're going to talk about, meaning they've already qualified, they've already gotten the money, right? So those people are kind of out of the market. So out of that, we've got about 5.4 million businesses, right, that are in a target market where we're going to have the ability to get those businesses basically a bunch of free money that they didn't know was available to them. Now, when you get those businesses the free money, right, you're going to get a cutback. Now, I'm going to explain what this is in just a second because I just want to get right into the details, right? But when I first heard about this, I didn't believe it, right, is the first thing that came across. I thought that what I was seeing was some sort of a scam, right? I was like, yeah, somebody's offering free money and then they're getting a kickback and nobody's buying anything. I was like, yeah, right. So I kind of like rolled my eyes, right? And I was like, that literally can't be that good, right? But then I keep running into it. I ran into a guy that had made like $5 million doing it. I ran into another guy that had made over $1 million doing it. Ran into people now that are normal people who are making $20,000 a week doing it. When I realized this was real and that really you can do this, my mind was totally, completely blown. All right. So what is it that we're going to take advantage of? All right. Now, if you've heard about this before, it doesn't matter. I want you to pay attention to it because what we're doing is specifically different. And I'm going to talk to you about why it's different as we go along. Right. But probably if you're watching this right now, if you've even heard of this, if you understand it or if you don't understand it, right, it doesn't matter. If you haven't taken advantage of this, you are just losing tons of money. And I'm telling you, the people that you want to be doing this with, you want to be doing this with me, and you want to be doing this with the team that we're going to build because we've got a way and a mechanism to train you how to not only create more money here, but to do it easier and faster and bigger than anything that you've done in the past. During the COVID pandemic, right, businesses all over North America were essentially forced to shut down, right? So, the government came in and they said, shut your businesses down, local, federal, on a state level, right? So basically businesses shut down, they fired employees, right? We saw the whole economy tank. I think everybody here was affected in one way or another from the COVID pandemic. And I'm very sorry if anybody here, lost anybody that was close to you or anything like that, right? Yeah, if this Zoom meeting is free, it will log you out in a few minutes. No, I have a paid Zoom plan, dude, so that's not a problem. Yeah, but it's fine, right? This is a paid Zoom plan, right? So in any case, during the COVID pandemic, and this is where I'm going to get mixed up on details because I don't actually understand the names of all these things. Basically, there was something that was the PPP loans, and I don't know too much about that. But basically, there was a thing called the CARES Act that was created, right? Where the federal government set aside $400 billion, right? That basically is a reward for businesses who experienced a slowdown in the pandemic, right? Where the federal government wants to compensate them for that.
Like the stimulus program, when everyone got those $1,200 checks, that was for just regular everyday people. But the Congress also wanted to allocate something that would also stimulate business owners, stimulate the economy. So whenever Trump was in office, Congress was actually trying to pass this. They had to push it to the next session. Biden actually got in, and he was the one that actually signed it into law. And that bill gave all these business owners basically COVID relief. And it's not a loan, though. It's not like PPP was actually a loan, right? This is just, hey, we're giving you money back because you experienced, a hard time. Just like they gave everyone $1,200 because they couldn't pay their rent, right?
Yeah, so it's a similar kind of thing. So like basically a business had employees, right? And if they didn't fire their employees but experienced a slowdown in the years of 2020 and 2021, right? The government set aside $400 billion for those businesses where they essentially allocated up to, check this out, $26,000 in basically free money for those businesses.
$26,000 per employee.
Yeah, so $26,000 per employee that was allocated to the CARES Act, right? So that means, let me just like map this out, right? So let's say a business has 10 employees, right? $26,000 per employee, right? That's what do they have? Yeah, $260,000 that the business owner gets, for just the fact that he had 10 employees during those years. Now, it's up to that, right? So there's some qualifications on that, and it ranges from, something like $10,000 an employee up to 26,000, right? So this is a lot of money. You got to understand. So like a business that has 10 employees, there's a lot of business owners with 10 employees who don't make $260,000 a year, right? So this is a huge amount of money that is basically just there for free. I was talking actually to a pastor of a church who had a church at the time in Nevada, who's a friend of mine, and the federal government wrote him a check for $500,000, right? That he used to basically build buildings in his church. So this, like, he had employees that were working at his church. The government gave him $500,000, right? The average fund that comes from the government to fund a business for this, if you average all out the businesses that are really small and really large, is like $200,000, right? That they come from the businesses. So like, we're not talking about how much money you're making yet. Okay, we're getting there, and then we're going to get to why you want to do it here, and you're going to want to sign up tonight for this. And again, signing up is completely free. There's nothing for you to buy because the business owners are getting free money, and we're giving it to them. So imagine this: it's like he owns a business, he has 10 employees, and I walk up and it's like, "Hey, you have a business?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "How many employees you got?" Right? It's like, "I got 10." I was like, "Oh, the government wants to give you $260,000, right?" It's the easiest conversation that you're ever going to run into about anything that you've ever tried to do ever in your life. All you've got to do is basically find people that are qualified for it, give it to them, and then you're going to get a kickback of the rebate, right?
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, like, a very easy way to compare this into like an example that a lot of people I think would understand is if you've ever been into, let's say, a car accident, right? And you needed to hire a personal injury lawyer to represent you so that you can get a settlement, let's say for an injury, or let's say someone, hits you. Well, there's tons of lawyers, there's tons of personal injury lawyers that are going to actually say, hey, I'll take your case on for free. I'm not going to charge you anything up front. I'm just going to go and get you the most money I can get in court for your settlement. Out of that money, I just charge X amount %, and that's it. And that's the fee. So it's like you don't pay nothing up front, right? You hire a personal injury lawyer, they get you $100,000 because your back hurts. Well, guess what? They just charge you a fee once they get you that money. So it's like no risk also to the business owner, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like we're giving the business owner free money, right? And then we're getting a rebate, we're getting a percentage from the money that business owner gets, right? So you say, well, what's the percentage? Well, again, I told you in this video, I'm not gonna paint out a whole comp plan for you right now, but I've got something that is just sick. Okay, what I'm going to talk to you about tonight, though, is also sick, but it's just like this is like the basic getting started. Everybody has access from day one, right? To what? Well, to 3% of the rebate. You say 3%. I want to earn a commission of 90%. We're giving money away for free. So keep in mind, you're not selling anything when you're doing this, right? So if you you sign a business up, right, for the CARES Act, we get them a rebate, right? The average rebate is $200,000. 3% on that rebate amount is $6,000, right? So that means if you sign up a business, they get $200,000, right? So first of all, if any of you have business-to-business products, right, this is a great way to get in and build relationships with tons of businesses because you're getting them tons of free money, right? Then what happens is you're going to get a 3% kickback on that $200,000. 3% of $200,000 is $6,000, right? So, one of the posts I did on Facebook is I told people, I was like, I'm going to show you in this webinar how to make $24,000 a month, right? And the reason is because this is something that I believe is possible for everyone here to do. Now, I've actually never been in anything before where I've actually believed that it's possible for everyone listening to me to make $24,000 in a month. And again, I want to be really clear. I'm not guaranteeing that you're going to make any money because this is one of those things that if you do nothing, you're not going to make anything. Now, something that I'm going to tell you here as well is this is a little bit different than normal affiliate programs because the money's coming from the IRS, right? So we send in the paperwork. The money is going to come back in 4 to 6 months. Okay, so there's a time delay in the time that you submit the deal and the time that you receive the commissions. And Alan can come on and he could outline how all of that works and how all the process works. There's an incredible amount of complication. There's CPAs involved. There's legal work involved with every customer. But basically, you sign up a customer, they go through the process. The company is going to handle that process on the back end. So it's like, you're like, what's my job? Your job is to get the customer to fill in a form, right? That's actually your job, right? Like, if you think about how absurdly easy that is compared to anything that you've ever had to sell ever in your life, right? Your customer is going to fill in a form. Then the company has full-time staff and very complex back-end processes and very complex back-end banking processes where they're going to handle the follow-up calls. They're going to handle the paperwork. They're going to handle all the crossing of the T's and dotting the I's. And then they submit that paperwork to the IRS. And when they submit the paperwork to the IRS, they know it's because that customer is going to get a rebate. And the IRS cuts a check for whatever amount that rebate's for, right? An average of $200,000 or an average commission amount of $6,000, right? Now, if that is not the easiest thing that you've ever heard of, right, let me paint out some more numbers and just explain to you how this fits in with the timing and why this is actually urgent for you to take action, right? Yeah, somebody said they've gotten telemarketing calls about this, right? Because this is at a point right now where people are starting to hear about it. And let me explain what happened to me. I heard about it and I was like, whatever, right? That's what I was like, yeah, whatever. The first time I heard about it. Then I heard about it again. I heard about it again. I heard about it again. And then I realized something. I realized I had one of my, a friend that I'm close with. I saw his business double and triple over, a few week period. And I was like, this thing is right where we want it, right? We've only got, let me explain this here. We've got until September, right? 2024 to take advantage of this, or until the money allocated for it runs out, whichever comes first, right? And right now, 90%, 9 in 10 businesses that that could qualify for this, right? They either don't know about it, they don't believe it's real, or for whatever reason, they've been too lazy to apply. But really, it's because they don't know about it. Because if a business owner knows, all right, if I fill this paper out, I'm going to get $20,000 for my employees. All right, they're just going to fill it out, right, like that. So let me give you an example. You guys signed up a business the other week. How many employees did they have?
They had 462.
Yeah, so this is to give an example of like what's possible, right? So this is not every average deal, right?
Yeah.
I told you the average deal. You had 462 employees.
Yeah, 462 employees. It was actually a home. It's like they do assisted living. So it's like they had a bunch of franchises. This one owner in particular is going to receive, I think it's in the neighborhood of $8-9 million back. So they're super happy. I mean, like, you guys got to keep in mind, like I saw someone mention PPP earlier in the comments. This isn't PPP. This isn't a loan. This isn't a grant. This isn't something that the business owner has to pay back. In fact, it's even tax free. This is the government just saying, hey, because we want to stimulate the economy, we're just going to give you this money because you had to pay for these employees and basically lose out on money because of government shutdowns. We're going to just pay you this money. Right. So PPP is a completely different thing. PPP is a loan that the government gives to a business owner. Now, why this is better is because, again, they don't have to pay it back. And I always told people, like, why do you think no one's heard about it really? Well, why everyone heard about PPP, right? But no one really heard about ERC. The reason, Dave, for that is that, think about it. The government's making money every time they loan PPP out. They're making an interest rate.
Right.
On this credit, they're just refunding you. So they're not going to be marketing this. Whatever money is left over in that fund, if there is any, is going to go straight back into funding the department, which is the IRS. So that deal, going back to that deal, the guy got about $8-9 million. The commission size on something like that is really hefty. I think it was like somewhere in the neighborhood of 600,000.
The commission your guy got.
Yeah, when they did the calculations and everything, it was massive.
So I mean, you're talking about. All right, I want you to think about this for a second. Like a $600,000 commission, right? A $600,000 commission. One deal, right? One deal, right? and they didn't know that this existed, right? So we show up, we introduce them to a company, right? And I think somebody's asking what the name of the company is. We'll get to that in a minute because I'm about to post a link to register as a free affiliate. Now, this is very base. This is like we're just getting started and we've got plans. But even though we're just getting started, tonight I'm going to show you how to get one deal a week, right? That's the main purpose of this webinar. Because you say, well, what would one deal a week do for me? You make one deal a week, average commission size of, and again, your commissions could be less, and it could be a lot more. It could be $600,000. It could be $2,000 or whatever, right? But the average commission size is going to be $6,000. So one deal a week times 4 equals $24,000 a month from just making one deal a week, right? So tonight I'm going to show you how to get to that. So the first thing is that, everybody watching here, I hope your mind is blown, right? And I hope you realize that this is something that is real, right? So I'm actually, I'm here at one of the company. The company has multiple offices in the United States and other places, right? I'm here in one of their offices, right, with one of the owners, right? Alan, who you're talking about. Alan is one of 3 partners, or 4 partners. You guys got? 4. Yeah, they have 4. They have, and they're rock solid guys. They've got good technology people, good infrastructure people, sales people, right? Follow-up people. And they're literally gonna, you're gonna make introductions, and then they're gonna do all the back end stuff for you, right? As your deals are going through, and your customer is gonna have their paperwork then submitted to the IRS. From the time the paperwork is submitted, it's 4 to 6 months, it'll come back. So you say, well, I need to make money right now, right? Make money doing anything that you want. This doesn't interfere with any of your other projects. This is something that you make money, but what it does do is the money that is going to come into you from this is so much bigger than whatever it is that you're doing right now, right? You're going to want to take some energy and attention and focus and put it in this direction, even though it takes 4 to 6 months. And we'll be here to train you. We'll be here to teach you. We'll be here to give you strategies. We'll be here to plug you into ideas, techniques, strategies, communities. And more importantly, we're going to have a system that's going to be able to do this and make this really sing and really work for you, right? So, Bruce has a gal in his office that knows all about this, right? So, yeah, it could work in the Philippines, because in the Philippines, you can sell to people in the United States, right? I told you this is a United States program, but no matter where you are, you can sign up as an affiliate. So I'm going to give you a link, okay? So if I give you this link, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the site, and tonight, right now, fill it out because it's free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this video that I'm recording tonight, I'm going to put it on a page, right? And I'm going to give you access to it, and you can basically share this video with other people, and you're going to be able to recruit people as well, because you earn an override when you refer somebody that makes a sale. And that's where we're leaving it for now. Now, I do have something else that's coming that's massive, all right? But right now, what I want you to do is grab the link. I posted in the comments again. Click that link, open it up while I'm talking, okay? I want you to fill that out. What I want to do is I want to talk about just some very, 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 very basic numbers from very basic stuff that can get you to doing one deal a week. Because my goal is, if you're here, right, I posted on Facebook and I said, I'm going to show you a way on tonight's webinar, right, where you can earn $24,000 a month. So let me deliver on that promise here over the next couple of minutes. And again, this is not going to be laying on marketing super juice to what it is that you're doing, because I've got people that I'm working with who are going to scale PPC campaigns and all sorts of things in order to be able to get this going. But let me very quickly, right? You signed up, okay? So when you've signed up, let me know. Okay, we've got a bunch of people that have registered, right? So let me know as you're signing up, and then I'm just going to post I'm going to keep posting the link. Oh, man, I can't click on that. Yeah, you just want to click everyone and then click Command paste and keep pasting the link. We'll paste the link. So people are signing up. You're signing up, and we're going to have a special training, by the way, for everybody that signs up. And so tomorrow we'll set a time a little bit later in the webinar. Tomorrow we're going to do a training. We're going to show you how to get going, how to get started, how to grab your links and get out there and start referring people into this system and start earning commissions and start recruiting affiliates. And the goal is, again, to go to this group of 50 people to where we go to 10,000 people, but pre-launch October 31st. That gives us, right, a time. And by the way, you say, when's the most exciting time to get in? I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but it really is in the pre-launch. So we've got people who are Love Your Energy signed up. People are signing up. All right. Again, we're going to keep posting the link. So sign up and then say, I've signed up in the comments, and look how many people are signing up. Obviously, people are signing up, guys, because it's free to sign up. Okay, it's free to sign up, right? It's free. This is what the bid, huh? Yeah, no auto ship, no month. Now I love auto ship. I love monthly renewals, and I actually love selling stuff. Okay, and I love it when people are buying stuff and immediate commissions are coming in my bank account when people are doing. I got some great stories for you guys from the last couple of years. I'll tell you that. But Dave Wood's back. Okay, I want to help you earn as much money as you possibly can. So sign up, and then once you've signed up, say I've signed up in the comments, and it looks like people are signing up left and right. And you say like, what if I don't take action? You're going to lose out because this is a 2-year window. My goal, as we're doing this, we're going to build a big affiliate team. So I want to create that in a way where our incomes don't go away, right? But we got to start somewhere. So right now, what I want you to do is I want you to sign up. I put the link in the comments again. Sign up as an affiliate, right? So you can have access to your links. It's free, totally free, right? And then I'm going to walk through this. Okay. So again, how do you get to making one deal a week is the question, right? That's the question. Because if we could help everybody here make one deal a week and then also bring in a group of affiliates, let me show you how fast this can grow. If we have 51 people and 51 people each refer in 10 affiliates, what do we got, right? How easy is it to refer people into a free program, right? I'll show you how easy it is later tonight. I'll actually show you what I did to sign up all the people that we're signing up right now. So how easy is it to refer 10 people? Well, if we refer 10 people each, because if you just signed up, you have your links, right? And you're going to earn an override from the people you refer. The thing is, everybody's going to see this anyway. So if you don't refer those people and they don't get in with your link and you know them, they're going to sign up with my link, or they're going to sign up with John's link, or they're going to sign up with Ryan's link or Larry Rivera's link. They're going to sign up with somebody else's link if they don't get in with your link. So you might as well get your link out there and sign people up before other people sign them up, because you want those people to be connected to you so you can earn the overrides off of them when they refer a customer and then you get a commission. Okay, so you'd have 510 people, right? If just each one of us 51 who are on this webinar right now brought in 10 people, right? We go from 51 people, because I'm assuming everyone's going to sign up. I can't imagine that there's somebody who's on this webinar who has all the money that they've ever wanted to make and never wants to make a penny more and cannot and does not want to take advantage of signing up for something that's totally 100% free. So we could go from this little group of 50 people to where in 7 days, if all we do is just bring in 10 people, and again, how easy is it to refer somebody into something that's free, to give away money that's free, to get money that comes back to us that a company is doing all the follow-up for? It's the easiest thing that any of you have ever seen in your life to do. That's why I'm so excited, right? So you go out there, and then if the 510 people, they just go out there and they do that again, right? They refer in 10, then you've got a lot of money coming your way, because now there's 5,100 people in there, right? And we could go from a group of 50 people to 5,100 people like that, right? That's what I want you to understand from this. And there's basically no limit to the amount of business that you could do, because there's so many businesses that are available to sign up for the CARES Act free money employee retention credit program, right? It's like the easiest thing ever, right? So I think I've emphasized how easy it is. So now let me wait for the numbers. So we're talking about referring people, so you're going to earn override commissions. But let me show you how to earn $24,000 a month without ever referring a single person and ever earning a single override commission. Okay, how about we do that, right? So it's pretty simple, right? So we'll just go over here. We'll move the whiteboard over, right? We'll move it over, and then I'll leave everything here, and then we'll go over here, right? So I think that I could literally earn $5 million from this, okay? And that is a lot of money for me right now. I'll tell you that. So I don't know, I'm talking about myself, but I believe that you, right? Depends on who you are and depends on how hard you're willing to work, obviously. I believe you could literally go out there and you could earn $10,000, $20,000, $50,000. Again, we are not promising or guaranteeing any money, because the government is not sending you money for registering for our site for free, right? We're providing a service to people, and then we're charging based on the results that they get, right? Does that make sense? Okay, let me explain a very simple way that would be probably a little grueling if you did it yourself, but you could also hire somebody to do this, okay? And that's just if you just made phone calls, right? And you literally picked up the yellow pages and started calling through the yellow pages, because you guys have had people do things like this, call businesses.
We've had people just literally go through the yellow pages, go on Google. We've even had people just walk into their local businesses, like their local gym, their local coffee shop. They meet with the owner. They sign them up right there on the spot. And then we've had all sorts of we've had people go to every city in America has a local chamber of commerce, and they meet every single week. Those organizations, we've had people show up there and make a commission of $40,000 just from one meeting that they went to. You know what I mean? So that's the power in this.
Yeah. So this is like, so this is, I'm talking about just like, let's just give you a strategy that like might be brutal, but anybody could do, right? Anybody could do this strategy, right? So let's say somebody just literally picked up the phone and they called people. Well, I was just talking to Rudy, who's an infrastructure numbers guy, right? About, I was like, what are your results for doing that? It's fine. I mean, they're late anyways, but if you're late and you just showed up, the sign up link is in the comments. All right. And I encourage you to just get signed up. No matter what you're thinking about it, just click the button and just get signed up and start promoting specifically with us because of what you're going to be able to do with the team here. Because I'm going to build a super team. All right. Well, I'll talk about that a little bit later. Again, we're just getting into this here, but we're going to build a super team. So this is like literally, it's not just urgent that you get in. This is urgent that you tell everybody that you know about this, because if you literally don't bring in that business and don't bring those people in, they're going to get in with someone else. And we're just at the tipping point where just the energy is starting to flow into the marketplace, right? So again, let's just say you're calling businesses. Well, I talked to Rudy and he said they had people cold calling, and about 100 phone calls resulted in one application, right? That's a person who starts the application process is what I'm talking about, right? So like a business owner, they have to have 5 employees or more, right?
5 W2 employees or more during COVID, during 2020.
Yeah.
And 2021.
So that's why it's limited to 6 million businesses. Now, obviously, other people can get the CARES Act, but it becomes like there has to be a cutoff point because it's not worth it to go after all the tiny deals, right? And so, in any case, the cutoff point is going to be, they have to have 5 employees. That's why there's 6 million available. And again, 10% of those have already applied for it, right? So 100 phone calls, this is what he said, 100 phone calls resulted in one application. And I said, well, out of 10 applications, how many of those actually qualify and the business information ends up getting submitted to the IRS, right? And he says, about half, right? And I said, is it about half or is it half? He says, no, it's half, right? So 10 people start, 5 get submitted to the IRS. And I was like, how many of those people get a check? And he's like, all 5. I was like, no way, dude. Like, no way, right? So, okay, so now let's break based on that. Like some very simple, a dog with a note in his mouth walking business to business could produce this result. Okay, this is not that hard to do. Okay, so 100. Let's say you were calling 50 people a day, 5 days a week, right? This works out to be 250 calls, which works out to be 2.5 people applying for the program. And again, the only reason the other businesses aren't applying to the program is either because they don't qualify, right, or because it's still too early and they just heard about it and they think that it's a scam or something. But this is actually free money coming from the federal government, right? Your commissions are coming from the IRS. You know what I mean? It's time for them to give you money for a change, right? I think it's time for the IRS to give you some money. That's what I think. Right? So in any case, right? So 2.5, right? Say 50% of those, right? 50% of those out of the 2.5, are going to sign up. So this is, I'll just lower it down and average. This equals 1 deal per week. Right? 1 deal per week is what? The average deal is going to bring in $200,000 for the business. You get a 3% commission. That means you're going to get $6,000 for making 50 phone calls a day. Right? Now, if that is not the most brain dead, simple thing. Now, I'm not suggesting again that you go out there and you just pick up the phone and grab your link and start cold calling out of the yellow pages or anything like that. Right? I actually will build a system for that. Give me, I don't know, a few weeks because that's got to be built into some of the other stuff that we're doing, and we got to get the system done first, right? But if that is not right, if that is not the money, Alan said the money going to the company is tax free, right? We're like, I know your commission will not be tax free, right? You got to pay taxes on your commissions. Yeah, so I didn't know that. So the business doesn't have to pay taxes on this. Yeah, so they don't have to pay taxes on this either. I didn't know that, right? That's something new, right? As you can see, I'm not the biggest expert in this. I'm the expert in how do you make money and how do you get into commissions and how do you start making money right now, tomorrow with this, right? So, and you say, does this actually work? Well, let me actually give you an example. So one of my friends lives in Colombia. He has another friend in Colombia. His friend in Colombia has made a little bit of money on the internet, but not much. He hired 2 people in Colombia to make cold calls for him all day, right, who are bilingual. And they're literally cold calling, and there's a lot of Spanish speakers in the United States too. They're literally cold calling people in the United States, right, getting 1 deal a week. His employees are, right? So this guy is just an affiliate, right? He hired some employees. His employees are literally cold calling businesses like that they're finding online and at a list they buy with no system or anything. They're literally just picking up the phone one after the other and cold calling, closing 1 deal a week, cold calling, right? And guess how much that costs to hire an employee like that in Colombia? It's like $400, you know what I mean, for a month, you know? And then you maybe pay him commissions. And so he's paying these employees commissions, a little percent of his. And now all of a sudden he's kicking back. His employees are making 50 phone calls a day, like cold calling businesses, right? And he's earning an average of about $10,000 a week doing that right now, sometimes 20. He had a $20,000 week recently doing that, right? So this is not talking even about marketing ninjutsu or anything like that. Like there's a guy that's like got 2 Colombians cold calling businesses in America, closing 1 deal a week, you know? That's when I said a dog with a note in his mouth that just said free money from the government walking from business to business could probably make some commissions with this program. It's literally that easy, right? So this is the easiest way that you have ever ran across in your life where you have big commission checks that are going to come for you. And it's not just big commission checks. It's going to be big override checks. Now, in this video, again, I can't get into that details because something is coming that is, I'm telling you, it's big, right? But you got to sign up now and you got to just start promoting because this is the time to do it, right? I remember, let me tell you a story about somebody that I'm close with, one of my friends, Vic Strizhouse, right? So I was running an Empower Network. This is years ago, right? And I have this phone call from Vic. Do you know Vic? Vic Strizhouse? He's one of my friends. Anyway, I got to call Vic anyway to tell him about this. But anyway, so, you know, like, so I didn't call anybody about this or anything. I just posted 2 things on Facebook and all these people are showing up, right? I'm going to explain why in a little bit, right? I'm going to explain to you exactly why all these people are on here and all these people are signing up. Again, we're going to post this. Who are we referring to qualify for commissions? Just business owners who get free money, right? That's it, right? You're giving free money away, earning high ticket commissions.
Gym owners, construction owners, restaurant owners, trucking company owners, like it literally can be any niche. There's no like limitation on what niche it can be.
Yeah, like if you know 10 business owners that have 5 employees, which I promise all of you do, right? 90% of them have not gotten this money, right? 90% of them haven't. There was actually, he told me a story the other week where they had an employee here who'd had some friends in the United States or some family, and he called them and he signed up a business and, you know, like $60,000 commission. You gotta understand like how massive of a short-term window thing this is. And what this really does is it gives us the ability to build a really powerful big team fast, right? So what I want you to do is click on the link. Again, these are all people I referred who are on this. Register as an affiliate. Then what I want you to do, you're going to have access where you can log in, you can grab your link, and then you can go refer all affiliates. Now, I want everybody here to just commit to me something, all right? This is a very simple commitment. I'm going to tell you why, because I'm going to paint this out, right? But we've got to get into the details of some of the business here too. So I'm going to interrupt some of this flow, and I'm going to get back into some of this stuff, right? But we literally, guys, my brain is actually going blank right now because I'm just so excited about what you're going to do. Look, if you have not signed up yet, what I want you to do is click the link, sign up, and enroll, right? What I want everybody here to commit to doing is something very, 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 very simple, okay? What I want you to commit to do, and I want you to tell me in the comments if you're going to do it, okay? I want you to commit to me to do whatever you have to do to go recruit 10 affiliates by the end of tomorrow, okay? To get 10 affiliates, and I'll show you how to do it a little bit later on tonight. I want you to get 10 affiliates in by the end of Friday, okay? So if you're watching this video, okay, who on here is willing to do whatever it takes to get 10 affiliates in by the end of tomorrow? Who will do it? Just say, okay, I'm game. Jerry says I'm game. John Paul says, consider it done. Nicholas says, I'm going to do it, right? DB Bruno says, I'm going to do it, sure. Cecily says, I'm game, right? Hoosman says, I'm down. Dwayne says, I'm down. Ricardo says, okay, I'll go get 10 affiliates by tomorrow, right? I'll commit to recruiting 10 affiliates by tomorrow. Yeah, I'll do it. And we'll do it. Brian Keffer says, yeah, I'm going to get 100. I'll go get 100, right? Go get 100, brother. Right now, again, I'm not talking about the whole organization overrides or anything like this right now. Okay. Something big is coming. But what I'm telling you right now, right, is right now there's overrides on that second level. So what I want you to do, get in, and then by the end of tomorrow, I want you to go get 10 people in, right? So again, get in, get 10 people in. If we all do that, we got 500 people by the end of tomorrow. I can get this Zoom recording. Yeah, this Zoom recording is going to be, it's recording right now. And then after it's recorded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it on a page you can grab and you can replicate. You can put it on your own pages with your link. You can email it out to your list, right? And you can actually do the same thing that I did, right? Which is what I'm going to show you. This is an easy way to get 10. You could do the exact same thing that I did, which I'll show you a little bit later on tonight, which everybody here went through. And if you do the same thing that I did, I'm assuming 4 people are signing up or whatever it is tonight. You're probably going to go out there and you're probably going to get 10, right? So we've got people on here who could refer 200 people tomorrow, right? But I'm just telling you, you want to do it now. You want to do it before we announce compensation upgrades, right? That are just sweet. We're going to be building the system that takes the marketing expertise of the people that are on here and points them in the right direction in order to be able to get to the next level in their life. Because I promise you, everybody in here who's done great things in the past, you have not done what you have the capability to do if you'll just decide to take action and just align with this. And I'm telling you, this is a short sprint. And every second that you don't take action, you're losing out on business that you could have gotten if you just decided to take action a little bit earlier. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine. Okay, how long ago I met you? Like 3 weeks ago? Okay. Yeah, so this is Alan. I met Alan, and we just know a lot of the same people. Tell me a little bit about why you're excited about this, about your background, about how you made your money. Maybe I don't know. Tell them what you want to tell. You're good to go.
Yeah. So I've been in the internet marketing space for the last 7 years. Did webinars, sold info products, made several $1 million, which is strictly info products, running webinars to VSLs. I also have an e-com company that was kind of like my main thing up until getting involved with this program. And the reason why I pretty much shut off everything I do. Dave also knows I own a hotel here in Costa Rica. So I'm kind of involved in different things, real estate, e-com. But what I couldn't ignore was the amount of money opportunity that is in this business. Just because the numbers, the return on your time is insane. I mean, the fact that you can call 50 people in a day, right? That's only like 2-3 hours worth of work. If you're doing that, right? And so it's like to make $6,000 like just on one, it's insane. So I jumped in the space the beginning of this year with 3 other partners. My 3 partners, they all were previously in the debt settlement industry. They have scaled their company to $180 million, and they pretty much stopped that. They pretty much said, you know what, we're running this company, we're making tens of millions of dollars, but this ERC thing is going to be the next big thing, and it's bigger than what we're doing. So they still have that company operating, but they pretty much took all their energy out of that company to put it all in this company and this industry, because they've never seen the type of returns. And again, I might have said this earlier, if you really think about it, it's pretty crazy how there's 8 to 10 million businesses in America on average. There's only about 1.5 million that have actually signed up for this credit. The other 8.5 or so million, they just simply don't know about it. So it's almost like morally, it's our moral obligation, or it's my moral obligation to get this out to as many business owners as possible. One, because I know what it's like to struggle during hard times. I have family members who struggled during COVID. They had to literally shut down their business because they couldn't keep paying their employees. Employees couldn't come in. They couldn't pay the electricity, so many different things. And it's like now there's this program where they can get compensated from that. Think about what that money can go toward. Like, I'm sure everyone on here knows someone in their family, whether it's an uncle, whether it's a grandparent, a mom, a dad, sister, brother, or maybe it's a friend who owns a business. Think about what this money could do for them, right? I'll give you a very quick example. I have an uncle in the Tampa area.
He actually owns one of the largest pool building companies in Tampa. They do about 40 million in revenue. And during COVID, he was severely impacted. My uncle couldn't get lumber. He couldn't get material to build the pools. He had to close shop and he couldn't even pay some of the employees. Well, I had him go through this program. I think he had like 76 employees total. He ended up qualifying for $1.1 million. $1.1 million. He doesn't have to pay it back. It's not a loan. It's not PPP. It's tax refundable. Guess what? Guess what my uncle, his name's Jordan. Guess what my uncle Jordan is going to go and do? My uncle's going to take that $1.1 million. He's going to hire more employees. He's going to get a bigger office, more trucks, and that's going to create more jobs for everyone. So if you just think about it on that standpoint of giving, to society, it's the best thing I've literally heard of. And the fact that you can make, a huge amount of money from that, it's just astronomical, right? A deal like that, just to give you an idea, is over a $30,000 commission, right? So if you're sitting here and you're like, I do know someone in my family actually that owns a bakery or a coffee shop, or they own a construction business, phenomenal. Those are the first people that I would recommend you start talking to right away, because those are going to be the easiest. So anyway, that's kind of a little bit background on me. Me and my partners, we're going all in this. My partners already have done $180 million in revenue with their current previous business, and they basically said, stop this, let's go all in on this. So I mean that shows a lot, right, of how big this really can be.
Yeah, and we're going to bring in some big names here. And so my goal is this, right, is that let me explain the process for the strategy for how we're going to get, I'll just stand up, dude. Yeah, so let me explain the process I like to stand up for how we're going to get a super team. And then I'm going to show you how to get your links and a couple of things here. And if I don't cover everything I said I'm going to do in this webinar, it's okay. We'll cover it over the next couple of days because I'm just saying a lot. And this is the first time I've done a presentation like this actually in quite time. I think we had 60 affiliates sign up or something like this. So it's a bunch. I don't know how many, but there's I got 3 pages of affiliates that have signed up. So yeah, so you guys have all basically signed up. If you haven't gotten in yet, I encourage you to get in. Yeah, Mike says he's all in, congratulations. I mean, first of all, how many times have you ever heard anything like this? 0, right? Second of all, how many times have you ever heard anything that's even a remotely good opportunity? And when it gets time for the pitch, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, it's free. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's free and you're going to make money and they don't have to buy anything. So it's there's nothing to buy. There's nothing to sell. It's not a Ponzi scheme, right? There's nothing you can break in pyramid laws with it because nobody makes money unless we're referring a business. It's impossible, right? So you can't break any laws with it, right? This is dependent on, well, you probably can. So be careful, probably. I shouldn't say that. But my point is, right, is that, you get it. It's the best thing to the best pitch that you have ever seen ever in your life for gathering a big group of people. So we gather the big group of people is the plan, right? So how do we do that? Well, we start gathering, get everybody here some wins. So by the end of tomorrow, I want everybody here to commit, say I'm going to sign up 10 affiliates by the end of tomorrow, right? Say it again. If you're going to sign up 10 affiliates by the end of tomorrow, say I'm going to sign up 10 affiliates by the end of tomorrow. If you don't believe you can do 10, then say I'm going to sign up 5 by the end of tomorrow, right? But we've got people that are committed, signed up, right? We're that's the sign up link again for the affiliate. I also posted a sign up link. If you own a business that has 5 or more employees, you can apply with the other link that I gave you, right? Yeah, 10 affiliates by the end of tomorrow. It's the easiest thing in the world. I got a friend that's doing over $1 million a month, right? From a group of about 1,000 people. Now, the reason why we work these big numbers is because I know there's a certain percentage of people that get in that are actually going to go out there. They're going to make commissions by referring businesses in. And this is the best place to do it right here. We're going to have the best resources for you. We're going to have the best tools for you. We're going to have the best team training for you, right? We're going to give you the best motivation and instruction. We're going to teach you exactly how to do it. We're going to make sure every obstacle to your success is overcome for this because it is just so easy to get people into this that it's mindless to get people in. Actually, the reason I'm doing this webinar tonight wasn't because I was originally going to do a webinar tonight. I posted a test message on Facebook, right? And I wanted to see how people would respond to the idea. I posted the test message and so many people responded that I was like, I cannot have this many people respond and this many people begging me for the link and this little people literally saying, I'm begging you to join, right? Without doing a webinar. I got to do a webinar and get these people in something, which forced me to get this deal put together in time to do the webinar, right? So there's big stuff coming, but let me just go over some basic nuts and bolts stuff for you that I think everybody here needs to know. Let me just show you how to get your links first of all, right? So I'm going to do a screen share here. Once you sign up, you get this free area. This is right now. This is something that's very basic. Okay. So we have, you see, we've got, we had 3 pages of affiliate sign up already that have gone through. So if I go to the dashboard, I literally just, I signed to this today, right? So we've got people already signing up for the businesses as well. I haven't emailed this out. I haven't approached any businesses yet. I've literally just been researching this and I'm getting it going tonight, right? But so this is you log in.
So that one's actually when they give it to the business owner, right? So the business owner will click on that. It's going to go to the main ERC Nationwide website, and there's a form that says, see if you qualify.
Open it up. Why don't we just open it up real quick? Load, right? So
now it's tracking, right? So now you would get business owner, you would do this with them, you'd click that button, and then it's just going to populate a form that they're going to go through with the business owner.
Yeah.
Some very basic questions. It's probably, I think, 9 or 10 questions. Everything is very easy to answer. There's nothing invasive in this questionnaire. It's just like how many employees you had. Were you affected by COVID? Yes or no? How are you affected by COVID? Oh, my office was shut down for 4 months because of government orders. Oh, okay. Yes, no, yes, no. So it's very easy questions. And then as soon as the business owner fill this out, or you fill it out with the business owner, or maybe you fill it on behalf of the business owner to make their life easier, right? A lot of people procrastinate. So if you get on it, it's even quicker usually. You get them to fill this out, that automatically gets sent to the company. The company has someone on demand who's going to actually call that business owner within a couple minutes and basically start the process with them.
Yeah, I'm just going to show you this. So they basically fill this out. So let's say somebody has 10 employees in 2020 and they grew a little bit and they have 15 in 2021. It calculates right there potential ERC credit, 213,000.
Yeah.
Right. So then it's like next.
And it's pretty accurate, I would say, this calculator.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is based.
Made that calculator.
Yeah. So this is you get your link. And this is something, I mean, you literally could walk into a business with an iPad and just say, hey, I'm here to help businesses get their ERC credit from the federal government. We would like to speak with the owner and fill out this form to make sure they get their employee retention credit. And they just introduce you to the owner and you just fill the form out and the company calls them and then they just get the documents. We send it to the IRS and you get a commission for that.
Huge commission.
Yeah. The $6,000 average size commission for doing that.
So that's the link for the business owner.
Okay, so yeah, you log in, okay, on the dashboard, right? This is the link where you're referring businesses, right? So we want to make sure that's totally separate, right? It might not make sense. Although you could tell a business owner after you refer them, you could say, hey, by the way, we give a referral commission to other businesses who you refer, to the ERC program. We would like to sign you up, and you could sign them up also as an affiliate right then, and it may or may not make sense depending on the report. But then if you go, so again, here is where you get the link for the business owners, and here is where you get the link for the sub-affiliates, right? So if you want to refer affiliates, like you see here, basically everybody on the webinar has signed up, right? You say share this link, share this link to recruit affiliates. You just copy this link, right? And you send it to affiliates and they sign up. And this just goes to the page that all of you went through on this webinar because basically everybody here got in. If you haven't got in yet again, you go here, right? No, somebody says, whoa, what's that 20%? It's 20% of the fee the company collects, I believe.
Yeah.
It's not 20% of the whole ERC. It's like, it's like the company, if the company collects 15%, it's 20% of that. Yeah, sure.
So the average business owner, which we've already kind of said, is going to get around 200,000, right? The average business owner, this is, just so you know, this is with 10 employees on average, right? So, so every single W-2 employee that a business owner had during 2020 and 2021, they're going to qualify for anywhere from $10,000 to $26,000. Why is there a range here? Just so you guys understand, like I want to explain that too. This ranges because it depends on how many quarters they qualify for. So every quarter that they had W-2 employees, let's see a few people trying to get in.
Yeah. I'll let him in.
Any quarter that they had the W-2 employees in, they're going to get additional money. So that's why it depends, right? It ranges right here. But we'll just use 10K for number's sake. So let's say a business owner had 10 employees and they only get 10,000 per employee, right? So that would be $100,000 that the business owner could potentially get, right? Now, the way we work is so what ERC Nationwide essentially does is the same thing that a CPA would do on your behalf, right? Most people that are busy and have taxes, right? Like everyone pays taxes. Most people don't want to sit there and don't have the time to actually file taxes. So they actually just hire a CPA or they use a software like TurboTax and it kind of crunches all the numbers for them, right? Most people, that's what they do. Same thing here. Most business owners, they don't have the time to do this. Could they go and like go through the links of doing this? Sure, they could. But because this program is so new, just this program alone has 200 pages of like detailed content of how it's governed. Most business owners don't have time to figure that out. Our company, we specialize in this. So we know how to do this. We also know how to maximize so they can get the most possible that they can get. And that's part of what we do is try to maximize the most we can get them. So if you're asking like, why are they hiring a company like us? Well, it's because they don't want to do it. It's a lot of tedious work. The work typically takes 2 to 3 weeks to even do, like to actually do the filing from beginning to end. It's typically 2 to 3 weeks. Most businesses can't do this. Why aren't their CPA doing it? Well, most CPAs don't even actually know this exists. This isn't for a CPA. This is for a payroll person to do. So that's what we do. So to make it very simple, we charge a fee for these services. Now we don't charge anything upfront to the business owner. It's only once they get the check, once the cash is actually there, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
it makes a lot of sense.
So there's nothing upfront, right? So we charge 20% to answer you guys' question. That's the fee that we charge. Business owner keeps 80. So in this scenario, we're taking 20. You as the affiliate, we're paying you a commission. When you take that, it comes out in this example to $3,000. Okay, and this is a very like almost every business owner that we sign up at least qualifies for just at least $100,000. Like that's very like easy to do, right? It doesn't require that many employees. Keep in mind that even with 5 employees, right? If the business owner can get 26,000 for 5, that's more than $100,000.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? So it doesn't mean like it has to be 10 to do 100. Like this can all range because of this right here. So right here, you're gonna earn $3,000 just for making someone fill out a free 10-step form.
Yeah.
Because we're doing all the work from there, right? We're following up with the lead. We're getting the lead, your business owner to sign our agreement, to go through our process, and then we take over from there. So you can really see how this starts to add up, right? Like it just depends on, like if you get a business owner, for example, that does $1 million, that gets $1 million back. Guess what? That's $30,000. One business owner. This could be, let's see, 10 times. This could be a business owner that has 80 employees, right? Someone from 70 to 100 employees would be in this range. So what's this game, right? The real game here is the more employees a business owner has, the more you can make on that commission, right? So that's also something to keep in mind. This is a numbers game. You can make a lot of money just going for these smaller businesses and consistently doing that. Or you could even do less businesses, make the same amount, if not more money, by targeting people that are like bigger, like what I call medium-sized businesses. A large business is considered usually anything above 500 employees. Anything above 100 is medium. So there's that range rate. So you can kind of choose your niche. You can do this with any niche too. You can do this with construction companies, medical care companies, urgent care clinics, doctors, law firms. I mean, the list of niches is endless, Dave. So I hope this kind of helps
Yeah.
break that down a little bit?
Yeah, so that helps break that down. So we've showed you, of course, how to get your links. We've showed you the how the monies get dispersed and what the averages are, and now you kind of have in your head again a very simple framework, right? You have it in your head here. Come join me here, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. You have in your head a very simple framework, right, for how you can immediately go out and make money.
I'll do a little simple recap, right? So I did an example of a business owner getting $100,000. That means that they could have had anywhere from 5 to 10 employees. So what I was saying was that 10 employees is very easy to get to 100K. That's just $10,000 per employee. But that could be less employees, right? You could qualify for 100,000 or more with just 5 employees. So I want you to see that it all depends on this range. Now, the way our structure work is we do all the processing, just like you would hire I'm sure you've hired CPAs to do all your taxes over the last whatever amount of years. Why do you do that? You do that because doing taxes is tedious. Number one. Number two, you don't have the time to do that as a business owner. Number three, you don't want to make a mistake. If you make a mistake to the IRS, that's a really big deal, right? You don't want to do that, right? That's the main thing you don't want to do in life is send something false to the IRS, right? So you hire a CPA to do that. And another thing is you hire a CPA because you want to maximize, you want that CPA to help you maximize tax deductions so that you can pay the least amount of money in taxes, right? Generally, that's why people hire them. So in the same reason why people do that is why they hire a company. Yeah, they could go and do this on their own, but it's very tedious work. It takes 2 to 3 weeks to do this. We're also going to maximize that. So very simple. We would charge a 20% fee. If we get the business owner 100,000, they're going to keep 80. We charge 20. You're going to net $3,000 on that very, very simple, easy to do deal. And guys, just so you know, a deal like 100K, I know it sounds like a lot of money for maybe some of you, it sounds big, but this is very easy. This is like your average little mom and pop coffee shop. This is like your average small little Mexican restaurant in your hometown. This isn't like big companies. With $1 million, you can get a $30,000 commission on that, right? Those are businesses that have anywhere from 70 to 100 employees. So what I was saying earlier, and then I'll give the mic back, is that this game of like making money with this is how can I find more businesses? It's two ways, right? You either could go volume and just strictly stick with these, smaller ones, and that may be your mojo. But you also could think, well, if I could find business owners that have more employees, I can make a bigger commission on average, right? And do less work. So that's another way to look at this. So that was kind of the recap.
Yeah, so we've recapped a lot. We've kind of gone over a lot, and now what I want to do is I want to spend a little bit of time talking about. We had a lot of people here today that were like, "Yeah, I'm going to get 10 affiliates by tomorrow." Okay, so let me give you just an example of how to do that based on the fact that I just did that. So this is just incredibly easy to do. Okay, but let me actually show you. So first of all, I'm going to have a recording of this video. I'm going to put the recording up, and I'll email it out. We'll say later tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to say by tomorrow, right? Because I'm getting tired. It's getting quite late, right? And I don't want to promise I'm going to do something I'm not going to do. So I'll say I'll do it by tomorrow. If I do it by tonight, then you'll have it by tonight. But you can take this video, you can chop it up, you can make it shorter in any way that you want. Somebody was asking about that. And I was like, if you want to edit the video, you can edit the video. I'll just probably take this version, put it on a page, right? And then I'll send it to people. But here's the thing that I want to show you what to do, right? It's very, very, very easy. So again, we showed you how to get your links, right? Now let me show you an example of how to bring in a lot of affiliates to something like this very quickly. And if you do it this way, if you listen to me here for a second, keep in mind that I've built affiliate organizations into hundreds of thousands of people before, okay? So this is incredibly easy to do, but you got to keep it simple. This is an example of a post, okay? So if you're going to post on Facebook, for example, if you want to bring in some affiliates, the important thing is you post something that's going to create curiosity, all right? You want to create curiosity. The reason you want to create curiosity is because you want people to ask you for information. When somebody asks you for information, it's basically the same as an opt-in, right? They've said, yes, I want more information, right? When they say, yes, I want more information, you can either get on a call with them and you can just sign them up, or what you could do is you could send them, right, for example, to this video, like a replay of this video that we did, right, with just your sign up link right below it.
But if you look here at what I did, I posted two things, right? This is one of the examples of one post that I made, right? At the bottom of the post, right, you see this, it has 141 comments. This was the smaller of the two, right? The first post I did, I'll show you on my wall just in a second. The first one had 330 comments or something. Now, half of these comments are me responding to people, right? So like literally people are begging for information, right? They say, David, I'm begging you for the link, please. I will take a look under the hood, right? Link me, pretty please. David, I'm begging you for the link. Like people literally, they begged me to get on this webinar today. They literally were begging for it, you know? People say that all the time, like, how do you get people to beg you to join? Like, I have just shown you evidence that people will literally say, David, I am begging you for the link, pretty please. I'm begging you, right? I would like the link. I would like to get the link, please. Now, they actually showed up, right? Now, so let me show you the other post here real quick that I did, because it actually had more comments, and I think that it was better. You can find it if you just go to my Facebook. All of you are connected to me here, right? But if you go down here, so not there, right? Go down, go here. Let me find it. Okay, so here it is. This is the one, right? This is 6 days ago. This is the first one I posted. Now, I would have gotten a result probably a little better with these first people if I would have done a webinar more close. We're running out of batteries. We need to plug the computer in. Yeah, we're almost done anyway. We'll finish in the next 20 minutes. Find the other part in there. Plug this in. Hold on. Let me just get this in. So let me explain the post, right? And you can actually just copy it and you can paste it. I don't mind if you copy literally my exact post, change one or two things. The white thing's in there somewhere. Oh, maybe I don't have my charger. You can look in there. Hold on, I'm looking for my charger. Give me a second. You want to talk for a second while I look for it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. I'll give it to him. Where is? If we run out of batteries, the meeting's over. Right? Hold on.
Yeah, sorry guys, he's changing his charger. I might just go back to some of these questions that I saw. Right here. So to answer your question, I think it's Neela Fart. So it all kind of just depends. There's no standard time. The soonest I've seen is 2 months for the business owner to get the check back from the IRS. The longest can be 5-6 months, right? But right now, I don't know if you guys saw. Well, so originally when this program first came out, the IRS was taking 6 to 8 months. Can you change about the first line? I don't know what that means, man. When this first came out, it was taking the IRS 6 to 8 months on average to get the check to the business owner from the time they filed or we filed. Now, I don't know if you guys know, Joe Biden recently hired 78,000 new IRS agents. I think it was like 2 or 3 months ago. So now we're seeing on average it's taking less time. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 months on average. You can go back to when you were going to show.
Oh yeah. So things are speeding up, right? So all right, let me show you. Let me show you this. All right. So let me go here and let me just show you this example. I'm going to read this to you. Okay. Now the reason I'm showing this to you is because you can copy this. Again, if you just go to my Facebook, right, which all of you are connected to who are on here, because basically you got invited here from Facebook, right? So if you just go to my Facebook and then look for the post from September 16th, right, which you can do by scrolling down my wall. Listen to this. Hey, this is a test message. How you respond will determine whether I share this top secret way to make money or not. No selling a product, not delivering a service, not buying anything, not a Ponzi. You get high ticket commissions helping people get free money. Again, nobody buying anything. Well, this might seem too good to be true. That doesn't mean that it isn't. There are people I know right now who are currently making $60,000 per day doing it. And no, it's not a scam. I can't publicly say what it is as I'm working on it. If you want me to share it, I can easily keep this to myself and pocket all the cash. Just say, please tell me the secret in the comments. Again, no, it's not ready yet, but perhaps I'll get you on a waiting list or something. Right now, I'm just doing a test and wondering if I should share this secret product list, sales list, commission method of earning high ticket commissions without anyone buying a thing, or if I should just make 100K per day by myself. It's up to you. You can say, please tell me the secret in the comments, and I might share it sometime, perhaps near the end of the month. I'm not going to promise anything. However, money is literally falling from the sky. That's what the number 2 producer in a $26 billion publicly traded company told me the other day. And all you have to do is say, please tell me the secret, and I'll think about it. But don't expect a quick response. as I'm busy as the deals are flying into my lap left and right so fast that soon I might need a new lap, right? So anyways, if you look at this, right, yeah, you literally just copy this. I don't care if you copy it, right? It's my sales copy. I don't care if you give me credit, right? If you're in my team, right? If you're not in my team, just link to my name, right? And you just copy it, right? Post it on your wall, and then the people, it's important when they say, please tell me the secret, right? That you respond individually, right? So I say, Robert Weekly, sent, right? And what did I send him, right? If you look at the message I sent him the same message I sent you, which is this message here. So if you just actually go to your messenger, because I sent this to all of you, and if you copy the message that I sent to you, literally word for word, feel free to copy it. You would need your own pages in here, right? Which I don't have a way to copy these pages, unfortunately. I just made these in Aweber, right? So I made all this in Aweber, right? And then this went to a page where people gave me their name, their email, their phone number, right? And then on the page, I invited them to a webinar, and that's where you're all here for them. And literally, I just asked, right? 100% of everybody on this webinar signed up. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, we got 100% sign up ratio. I mean, when have you ever had anything that had 100% sign up ratio, right? Like 100%, right? So when you say, like, if you say, well, how was the ratios? Well, part of this a little bit got lost because of the time delay, because I did this on September 16th and today is the 22nd, right? So in 6 days, people forget they even commented, right? But if you literally just respond back, you send people to a very similar page. Right? This is the page, same one I sent to you. You could look at this page, right? Waiting list for top secret, high ticket money commission method from David Wood. I literally do not care if you just copy this page exactly, right? As an example, I built this in Aweber. I'd love to give it to you replicated, but I just don't have this in a replicated system, right? But you could literally just copy it. I made this inside of Aweber, right? The whole thing. And then on the thank you page, you just put this video with your sign up link and just say, hey, after you fill in the form, go ahead and watch the video. As you're watching the video, make sure to click the link below it and sign up for free. It's free, right? What's going to happen is, right, people here, they're going to go to the page, they put their email in, then they're going to see this video that you're watching right now, the same video that you're watching right now that got 100% of everyone to sign up. And then all you do is you take your link, right? You can't see the screen. Can other people see the screen? I think you guys can see the screen, right? Yeah, so you literally, right, can take your link, right, put it beneath the video, and they just sign up from watching the video, and boom, just like that, 100% of the people, just by copying what I did exactly, by the end of tomorrow, you can have 10 affiliates signed up, right? Now, again, we don't make money recruiting affiliates. We only make money, right, by giving free money away to businesses, right? So the affiliates, how do you make money? If they refer people, you make money. So again, by the end of tomorrow, 100% of you, 100% of you could have 10 people signed up as affiliates by the end of tomorrow, right? So again, you just go in, you grab your link, you put it beneath the video. You could also put in your link to refer a business. If there's any business that, for example, you could put on the page, if any of you have 5 employees or more, please fill out this form and just put a link to your business form as well, right? And then boom, you have a strategy that within 24 hours from today, by the end of tomorrow, you've got 10 people, right? And that's important. Why is that important? It's important because, right, if you get 10 people, always there's going to be somebody producing some volume, right? So if you get 10 people, you're going to have one person on average producing some significant volume. If you get 100 people, you're going to have 10 people on average producing some significant volume. Think about it like the 90-10. That's about what the numbers are from talking around, right? It's free to sign up, and 1 out of 10. I believe the 50 on this webinar, though, they're different. I believe the 50 on this webinar are 10 in 10 type of people. That's what I believe, right? From talking to you. I'm just talking overall numbers. You're going to see fan out in the organization. We're going to have about 1 in 10, right? But I believe this is a 10 in 10 group. I mean, if you guys think you're a 10 in 10 group, you could say yes in the comments, because I believe 100% of the people here are going to do it. So we've gone through how to get your links. We've gone through how to sign people up in the application. We've gone through, right, how to recruit affiliates, all on one webinar, right? And all you've got to do, again, is you grab your link that I'm going to give you right now, which is this one that you see here, right? Click that link if you haven't signed up yet, which I think everybody actually here has signed up. If you've signed up, say I've signed up in the comments, right? And then if you're going to get 10 people by the end of tomorrow, say I'm going to get 10 people by the end of tomorrow in the comments. Now, the reason this strategy works good, which is taking a post that's curiosity driven, posting it on your wall, and then waiting for people, right? Yes and yes, Dr. Bruno, right? Signed up. Yes, right? The way you want to do that is because you get people saying, yes, I want information, right? And when they say yes, boom, Adam Maggio, boom, right? He's dope, right? So Adam Maggio is dope, right? So signed up, Claudia, right? Thank you, Adam Maggio, for everything that you've done for me over the time, I love you, right? Sign up, right? Then literally within 24 hours. So we're talking, this is what I'm expecting from you, okay? That by tomorrow night at this time, every single person who's on this webinar who's signed up has 10 affiliates signed up because it's free to join, right? And then what we're going to go all do, sign up, we'll get 10 people by tomorrow night. Tom signed up, right? Claudia signed up, boom, right? People are getting in left and right. They're literally, the deals are falling in my lap so fast that soon I might need a new lap. That's what I said in my post, right? So in any case, right, the goal of this, right, is I believe literally that this group within literally weeks, by October 31st, I believe that this group here by themselves, I think that we could be bringing in literally 100 deals a day, right? 10, like 100, I'm talking about 100 free affiliates. I'm talking about we could be referring 100 businesses. Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen, but if you think about what just happened in a short period of time, 50 people signed up. I haven't sent a text message out yet. I haven't sent an email follow-up message yet. This is just people from a live webinar, from one webinar. I haven't even given you the link of the webinar replay yet, where you can take this and you can post your link onto the webinar replay and mail this out to your list and send this out to your contacts and call every business owner that I know tomorrow. I haven't even told you to do that yet, right? I'm just talking about just from this group going out there and saying, yes, I'm going to get 10 people by the end of tomorrow, right? Literally by the end of tomorrow, you can have 10 new affiliates signed up, right? You're going to get 10 by tomorrow night. I'm going to sign up. I'm going to get 10 new people. That's Dean Sears, right? Mike Masbeck, right? So this is what I think. I think we've been on here for a long time, right? It's been an exciting webinar. Tell me if you're excited in the comments. If you're excited in the comments, say, yes, I'm excited in the comments. I mean, we've been on here for hours. We got 51 people on here. We've had like 50 people sign up. And I'm fully expecting 100%. Look, you're stoked. You dig it, right? Stoked, right? Adam Maggio, right? Yeah, it's awesome, right? Mind blowing, right? You're stoked, right? Kimberly Tilley, excited, right? I can see you earning high ticket commissions, excited, right? Tom, you're excited. Yeah. Brian Keffler says, F yeah, right? Ann says, excited. Very Husman, let's go, right? Everybody here is excited. And look, 10 people by the end of tomorrow. How do you sleep after this? Dean, it doesn't matter if you sleep. What matters is how much money you get. Right? It's called vitamin money, right? Right, boom, Bruce McNaughton, boom, let's do it. You're going to do it, right? So you're excited, right? So what I want to do is I'm going to unmute everybody, right? And this is how we're going to end it, right? Now, I want everybody here to just talk about how excited you are unmuted, right? So hold on a second. Ask all to unmute. Everybody unmute and just unmute your video, turn your video on, and tell us all why you're excited. I don't care if everybody talks at once, but just tell me why you're excited, and then we're going to end the webinar, and I'll get the recording up. So tell me why you're excited, everybody.
I think this is going to
make all this money.
I'm
It's
gonna,
amazing
I'm
opportunity. I
excited
think
because
a lot
I'm
of
gonna
people
make
can make
more
a lot
money
of
than
money.
I've
So
made
it's
in a
just
long
probably one of
time.
the hugest opportunities
This
in
is
a
awesome.
period of time.
Great.
And I can see the potential for the amount of money. that
Life
we can
changing. We
do.
might as well get some money from the federal government.
Government
Might as well
approved
make that money.
Tom.
Government approved.
If you're seeing this replay, if you are on a page of one of the team members, right, this is so unbelievably urgent that what you do right now is click the link below the video and just get in. Just sign up. Just make a decision that you're not just going to get in, that you're going to refer deals every single week. Look, we want you to get a piece of this $400 billion pie that's getting passed out in the next 2 years. If you don't get a piece of this action right now, you're missing out. You're not just missing out on income and commissions. You're missing out for lost opportunity training from masterminds with our team that we're going to do and a system that we're going to be built. So we're in pre-launch right now. Watching this video is pre-launch. And I'm telling you, from now till October 31st, it's never from now till October 31st, right? I'm telling you, Halloween day, you have never, right, been in a time that is more exciting, that has more opportunity to make more money faster, to recruit more affiliates faster, to get more people in faster than the announcements that we're going to have coming to you. But our lips are sealed. We might tell a few people what's going on by NDA only before then, right? But I'm just telling you something big is coming and this is just a part of it. So think of this like a mastermind, like you're getting in before everybody else gets in, like you're getting in at the top before anybody else gets a chance to register, like you're getting in at the very beginning, like you're being invited into Bill Gates, like his garage before he's about to start Microsoft, and you're getting invited there. And if you don't fill out that affiliate registration form and get in right now, it's like you're missing out on literally, I believe this team could literally give $1 billion away to businesses like in the next 6 months. Like 6 months we could do it. So maybe you don't believe that yet, right? I'm talking, we're giving $1 billion away. We're not doing sales, right? We're giving away $1 billion, right? That's what I believe we can do. But if you're on this webinar, it's so urgent right now. If you're watching the replay right now, that you click the link below this video and just get in with the person that referred you to this presentation, and let's help make you some money.